All right, our next guest is the current mayor of Grand Rapids. She was a 5-time recipient of Grand Rapids Business Journal's 40 Under 40. Please give a warm welcome to Mayor Rosalynn Bliss. Thank you so much for being here, Mayor. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule here.
No problem.
So, Mayor, let's get really down to the deep issues here. With increasing gentrification in areas of Grand Rapids, such as on the northwest side here where we're doing the show, what is being done to ensure lower-income residents of Grand Rapids are not pushed out of the city due to substantially rising cost of living?
Well, Andy, that's a great question. And as someone who is definitely the mayor, I'd like to propose that parents of college-age students should not make their kids pay rent, especially if they drop out to pursue their unpaid internship at the Andy Bledsoe Talk Show.
With all respect, Mayor Bliss, seems like that's a very small subsection of society that would benefit, and that's not what was on the script.
Listen, man, I'm the mayor. I don't see anything you can do about it.
Excuse me. I'm the mayor. How are you?
Let's have a seat.
Nice imposter.
Hey, it's the real mayor, you guys. Did you guys really think we were pulling your leg the whole time? No, I didn't. You guys dicking, that's nice.
I was this close to being really upset. I thought it was tripped.
You got a microphone, Degi.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, you got a mic there. Bring that nice and close. You can take it out of the stand if you want.
No, this is fine.
Okay. Straddle that thing. Good. Wow, well, Mayor, you're actually here.
Yeah.
I didn't really think you'd show up, so thanks. It's a plus. I really didn't think you said. So you have quite a list of accomplishments here. I'm gonna go through a couple here. You are obviously the first female mayor of Grand Rapids. You served 10 years as the 2nd Ward City Commissioner, 5-time recipient of the 40 Under 40. You were one of Crane's 100 most influential women. What I want to know is, why didn't you win the 40 Under 40 more times?
Because I'm 41.
It's not really an excuse to me. That's great. So I do have one fairly serious question.
Okay.
You say you're the first female mayor. How much do you like to say that? How much do you want to lower that? Do you want to just kind of be the mayor? How much do you emphasize the female part of that?
You know, I don't emphasize it very much. I want to be the best mayor, but I also talk a lot about wanting to be a mentor to other women. I think we need a lot more women in leadership and women stepping up to serve, and so I talk a lot to other women and young girls about women being leaders and why women can be great leaders.
Good. No, yeah, very nice. Yeah.
All right.
It's all right.
Sorry.
It's all right. I know you've never done public speaking
never.
before. It's a first for you. It's a first. One other thing I want to ask you: you were on the cover of the December issue of West Michigan Woman. Right there. I read the article, and I noticed that you wore 2 different dresses in the photo shoot.
I did.
When is government spending going to be reined in?
about that.
Please.
Those dresses that I were actually borrowed from Lee's, and Lee's helped pick them out, and even the jewelry is not mine.
No kidding.
It's all Lee's. They took it all back
Nice.
after the photo shoot.
Oh, you didn't even get to keep it?
Nothing.
Oh,
I
that's
kept
too bad.
nothing.
That's too bad. Probably a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So, in case you don't know out in the audience, the mayor is technically a part-time job, and his job description is a part-time job. So you actually have a concurrent career, is that correct?
I do. So I'm a social worker. And work at Dave Lodge at St. John's, and then I teach adjunct at Grand Valley for the School of Social Work.
It's a lot. That's a lot to do. As cliched as it is, how do you handle all that?
It is a balancing act. So the city of Grand Rapids, both the mayor and all of the city commissioners were considered part-time positions, and it's been a year of learning. So I'm learning how to balance it. I can tell you that I'm starting to wind down in my profession, so I'm going to move down to just part-time so that I can focus more of my time serving as mayor.
So do you think the political side is going to outweigh in the long run too? Or are you going to head more toward the furthering the career path in the politics?
As of right now, I just want to serve as mayor and do the best that I can do. Hopefully get reelected in 3 years.
This is a very political answer.
I know it's true.
But a good one. That was a good answer.
Well, and I love the nice thing, some people don't know, but at the local level, we're nonpartisan elected officials, and I love being nonpartisan. I think I have lots of opinions about partisan politics, but what I love about local politics is that community issues are not partisan issues, and you can work with people because they love their city and they love their community and they love their neighborhood, and so you can put a lot of differences aside to make this community a better place.
Nice. Another very good political answer. Good at this. So,
we couldn't have had a guest to make me sound less educated. You should have got Bill Nye the Science Guy on the show.
No, you're very educated
Sure.
about city ordinances.
Don't even get me started!
so I think it's a good time to mention you two have had an interaction before at a show.
Yeah,
Is that
randomly.
correct? So one of you, please tell this story.
I'll tell the story. I was co-headlining. That's when two people headline in Milwaukee at the Comedy Cafe, and she just happened to be in town, and she saw that a couple Michigan comics were going to be at the show, and she's on the home team, so she came out to support, which was awesome. And then she's talking after the show to my fiance, and I have no idea that she's the mayor. Because I'm an idiot, and twice now in my life I was embarrassed because I didn't know who the mayor of the city I live in was. And my fiance
told me he voted for me.
and she's very humble. She doesn't introduce herself like I'm the mayor. And then my fiance just said, "Are you the mayor?" And then it dawned on me, yeah, she is. And I was reminded of a Laugh Fest kickoff. We're watching the former mayor on stage, and I turned to a comedian buddy of mine, Dave Dyer, a local comic, and I said, "Who the hell is this guy?" And he said, "That's the mayor, you moron." So twice now. I know now though. She's sitting next to
You
me.
better stay in office a long time.
So I have to, you forgot one thing. So I'm in the audience watching you.
Mhm.
You were hilarious.
Thank you.
As was your co-host. But you made a joke about a city ordinance that was passed. And I was a city commissioner when that
Oh,
passed.
no naked girls at the...
So he's totally lambasting the Grand Rapids City Commission.
I was.
And I'm in the audience
It's for the
laughing
joke.
so hard. I didn't know people were laughing that hard.
You were laughing I appreciate it, because not everybody was.
Which made it even better. It was hilarious.
So you're actually a fan of comedy in general, right? I've actually seen you at our local club here.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite comedian currently?
Oh, currently, let's see. Well, of course, my favorite comedian right here.
Politician.
Notice how she doesn't know my name. Hey.
I was actually thinking about saying someone else.
Louis DK? Yes.
Louis D.K. Hamilton.
The other favorite I have is a comedian I saw at Laugh Fest and listen to sometimes, actually with my boyfriend. I can't see, it's so bright in here. But Bill Burr, totally hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's...
That's the correct answer.
Fantastic.
Correct answer.
Nice, very good. So Bill Burr is a little bit on the edgy side. Is there anything you feel should be off limits in comedy, or is it all fair game?
I think it depends on the comedian. So some comedians I've heard make jokes that are edgy, and it's totally fine, and then others I think go a little too far. So I don't know if it's necessarily the topic. I think it's how it's used.
Mm-hmm. Very good answer. Very good. Again, correct answer. Very nice. Very nice of that. What's the dumbest thing somebody has ever asked you to do as the mayor? Be on this show.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I was recently asked to do the. Well, that's not really dumb. It's for good cause, but.
Oh, we'll
Really dumb. I'm not gonna do it. Well, I was recently asked last summer. Again, this isn't dumb because people do this. I just would never do it. I would never propel down the side of a building, especially
Oh yeah, that's dumb.
major,
Yeah. The Bridgewater place.
Story. Yes,
Yeah,
I was like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
No, I would not do that. Okay. I don't know about dumbest. People do it all the time. I would not do it.
Okay. I'm going to be honest. This is not my question. Can you take care of some parking tickets for Stu?
You ask me this every time I see you.
I've got a ticket.
No, I can't do that. Sorry.
So that might be the dumbest
But I am
thing.
trying to get us to change our policy that if you pay it on the same day, you get a discounted rate. So you don't have to pay it as much if you pay it by the end of the day on that day. So I'm working on it.
Bliss.
Trying to incent
Bliss.
good behavior.
Very nice. You got about 25% support here. So don't make sure that doesn't go to a vote. That'll probably be good. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I know some other career type of things. Do you think? How do you think your career will balance? I know you're lowering the professional side and you're increasing the politics side. Do you still think there will be any sort of balance, or is it eventually going to phase itself out?
Yeah, I think that the structure of having whoever's elected also work in the community is actually a good thing. Even as a commissioner, I think my experiences, not all commissioners agree with me, but I think working in my field helps keep me grounded. And I do think that there's something to be said to serve your community and not have it be your entire world. So then you're not always focused on just your next election. So I do think that there's some real value in having elected officials still work in the community that they serve. It's just figuring out that balance. And I think this idea that serving as mayor is a part-time position is unbelievably unrealistic. It's just not. It can be all-consuming. You're working on local issues, you're working on countywide issues, regional issues, statewide issues, federal issues. On top of that, you have really significant local issues that take a lot of time, especially if they're structural issues that you're trying to change or systemic issues. Our budget is $436 million. If you don't know that, that's our city budget, $436 million. Pocket change. We spend about 6 months of the year working on our budget. And we have to pass a balanced budget. By law, we're not like the federal government. We can't run deficits. We have to pass a balanced budget. So if we do have any overruns the year before, we have to figure that out in the next cycle. So it's a really big job. And finding that balance, I think, is really critical. And I think every mayor does it differently. I tend to be more hands-on and a little more task-oriented. and I want things done, I think, a little more quickly than some. And so that's really where I'm trying to find balance, is just to figure out where do I need to be versus what can I delegate, what can I assign to other commissioners to do. I'm in the process right now of doing like almost a personal audit, but then also a professional audit to figure out, okay, where did I spend my time this past year? Because I'm in my 12th month as mayor, and so I'm trying to figure out, like, what do I take off my plate? What do I keep on my plate? What are things that I feel like I just didn't have enough time to spend on? And I'm also trying to figure out a way for next year to be more proactive and less reactive, because I think it's really easy sometimes to just always be responding to things that are coming at you and people who have requests for you and your time. And so I'm trying to figure that out right now.
Does somebody else feel like
January 1, I will. That's
somebody
my
else
goal.
feel like they need to just go home and read more? Just a couple bucks.
I don't know if we're ever going to get there.
Adam, do you ever do a self-audit and try to figure out how you spent your time last year? You ever do that?
I know how I spent my time, and I don't want to look into it.
Thanks. But, so you've got a lot of initiatives that you had on your, not even just your running for mayor platform, but for 2017 as well. One that sticks out to me is you wanted to put more food trucks in, which I fully support. It's a solid initiative, yeah. But one that I really like is the bringing back the rapids. Is that's one of your things?
It is. It is.
When's that going to be done?
Yeah, so that's a really exciting project. We've actually been working on it for a couple of years. This year, there's been a lot of work done on the river restoration. You just haven't seen it because a lot of it is going through the bureaucratic process. So what we want to do right now, we have 5 dams in the river. We want to remove all 5 and restore the rapids to its natural state. And to do that, you have to work with a number of federal departments and state departments. There's about 12 federal departments that we're working with right now, and you have to go through a lot of permitting, get approval. The Army Corps of Engineers, they have to approve the entire project. But then, we've been doing a few things at the city that, again, it's kind of quiet because it's not, sexy. It doesn't make headlines. We've been securing easements along the east and west side of the river, which is very important. As you look at, I know easements.
We were just talking about that the other day.
Because we really want to connect the trails on both the east and west side and make sure that there's public access along both sides of the river. So we've been securing easements, so the city's been doing that. And then also we've been submitting permits to the federal government. And then through that process, you have to work with a number of scientists and individuals from Fish and Wildlife. And we found during that process that there is an entire family of snuff box mussels, which are endangered. So we have an entire endangered species living in our river right now. And I've learned a lot about endangered species this year. And what I learned is that we have to take them and we have to move them and we have to monitor them. And then when the river is restored, we have to put them back. So that added on about $1 million to the project and about, I know, right? And about 9 months. So we are in the process of doing that. And then also, the dams right now, especially the fish ladder, acts as a barrier to lamprey swimming upstream. It's an invasive species, if you don't know what lamprey are. And so what we have to do for the Army Corps of Engineers and the federal government is we have to build a barrier further upstream, an electronic barrier. So we're in the process of getting that approved. Once the electronic barrier is approved, that will be the first thing that's built. So we'll build that, and then once that's built, we'll start taking out the dams. Once the dams are removed, we'll put the boulders back in, and we'll start we'll do the east side of the river first, and then the west side. It's about a 2-year construction cycle, and so we're hoping to be breaking ground sometime next year and having it entirely done by 2020.
Wow.
Nice.
Which would be
2020,
amazing.
you guys.
So you guys are literally going to make the rapids grand again.
We are. We are. Yeah.
What are headliners at Grin's going to say now when they come here?
Yeah. What are you gonna say? You're gonna have to come up with a new line.
Where are the rapids, you guys?
The cool thing about the river, and a lot of people don't know this, in just about the mile stretch through the heart of our city, we have about an 18-foot drop. It's amazing. Very few other cities have this kind of natural asset. And if you look at other cities that have done even a fraction of the redevelopment of the river through their heart of downtown, it's a significant catalyst for economic development and private investment on both sides of the river. So this could be probably one of the largest, most important investments we make that will completely change the face of our downtown. So it's super exciting. And if you like kayak, you'll be able to kayak.
Maybe I'll learn. That's
Yeah.
pretty exciting. Sounds like we should have had Bill Nye, the science guy.
Bad booking, man.
I heard lamprey and mussels and easements. I don't know. So, do you have any official mayor things coming up here that you want to let everybody know about that we can go see?
Oh, official mayor things. Well, I got to be with Santa about a week ago to light the tree.
Oh, nice.
So official mayor things, not as many. I mean, I have city commission tomorrow, but there's some great things happening this season and in the winter. I'm trying to make winter fun. In fact, I kind of joke with some of my friends that we have to get more people outside in the winter to do fun things. And we've been talking even with Downtown Grand Rapids Inc. about what we can do. Maybe put like fire pits outside or something to get people outside. But there are a few things. So there's the big ice sculpture. Valentine's will be in February. So if you like that, that'll be really fun. Beer festival in February is always fun.
Oh, yeah, the beer festival.
Yeah. If you haven't gone to Frederick Mark Gardens, it's beautiful right now with the holiday.
Nice, very nice. Well, I do have one more very important question.
All right, let's hear it.
Will you sign this copy of West Michigan Woman for my wife, please?
Are you serious?
Yes. Of course, I got a marker. I got the whole thing. Not everything is a
For you,
joke,
Ira.
Rosalynn.
Sorry.
Natasha. And she's right over there and very embarrassed, I think. Oh. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Adam Degi. Thank you very much, Mayor Bliss. Go see Adam and the Wisecrackers this weekend. Bliss.
Oh, sorry. So forget.
I forgot to do the Where Are We in Grand Rapids. Do you want to do Where Are We in Grand Rapids?
Where are we? Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, okay, come on. All right, come back up here. Mary.
Back on the hot seat. I'm gonna
Back on the hot seat. My apologies.
This was very tough.
We'll edit this out in post. Right? Okay. All right. So this is. Yep. We're gonna show a picture of a very tight shot, and you're supposed to guess where we are in Grand Rapids.
All right.
Okay. So the first shot.
Make this
Where are we in Grand Rapids?
You're along the river.
Along the river, fishing. All right. Yes.
I
Yeah.
almost said it at the post office. Which, by the way, I want to get rid of that post office too.
Hey, going down there, Bliss.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
good though.
Okay, next location. Where are we at Grand Rapids? Hey, come on! Just. Are you kidding me?
I was gonna say that again.
Come on now, you guys.
Let's see. 2%.
Take a look. Take your time.
He just got done eating at that buffet from earlier.
He had a stroke, I guess. I didn't notice that, and I looked at that picture like 10 times. Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay, we are at Planet Fitness.
Oh, Planet Fitness. Oh my gosh, I should totally know that. Didn't they just have the shooting last week?
They did, yeah.
I know, and it was an FBI agent.
That was going to be one of my monologue jokes, but I thought it was fake.
No, it's real. He's an FBI agent.
Yeah, an FBI agent
Shot at our sergeant.
got drunk at the strip club, ran over to Planet Fitness, and shot his gun.
No joke.
Seriously,
Do not make this stuff up.
Yeah, I didn't think it was believable enough.
Yes.
All right, next location.
Clearly, I did not go.
Where are we in Grand Rapids?
Oh.
Be quiet, for heaven's sake. Holy crap. Have you no
Post office
self-control?
I want to get demolished.
That is the post office you want to get demolished. That's the one.
Invite me back when we get that done.
Okay, we'll invite her back. Thank you very much, Mayor Bliss. Again.